Hello and welcome back to Programming with Cocos2dx and Android Studio. And in this part of the series, we're going to take a little revisit to the screen orientation, or rather our design view. So the reason for the revisit is because we was talking about working with the sensor landscape, which means whichever way is landscape that's pointing to the user, the screen will rotate. So we'll show that now. We'll just do that. If I rotate the screen or device, the screen rotates back to the user with the sensor user. That also happens with sensor portrait as well. If I was to run it in portrait, put it in portrait mode, now it's fine and it rotates to the user. Everything's all fine. So the reason for this revisit is basically, let's say you wanted to work in both dimensions. You wanted to work in just the sensor, which now means that it will rotate to the user whatever way. So let's do that now. So we've got just sensor and I'll rotate it and everything's fine at the moment. I rotate, it rotates to the user. But oh dear, we seem to have come off of our axis. This should be in the middle here. If I rotate back to a portrait mode, it goes back to exactly where it was. Now let's rerun that again, except for let's be in landscape mode. We'll rerun it now and you'll see that everything's centralized. We've got our sprite directly in the middle of the screen. But now I want to run it in portrait mode. And it updates for us, but however, we've come off its axis again until we go back into a landscape mode. So as you can see, what's happening here is the engine's not being updated about. We're switching from a portrait to a landscape mode, and it's not changing our design view. It seems to come off its access point there. So the way we're going to fix that is going into our app delegate part here of Cocos2dx and adding this function. I will put it in the comment section of YouTube, and I shall upload it to Git Hub as well, so you can copy and paste it. So we're going to copy this first part here, which is going to go into the AppDelegate.h, and we're just going to go to the bottom there and add that line of code, and we're going to go into the AppDelegate.cpp, and we're going to copy this entire function all the way at the bottom, and then we're going to rerun again, and then everything should be fine because we're now changing our design resolution for landscape and portrait. So now if I rotate, you'll see that it rotates to the user and everything is centralized and fine. So that's all we need to do to update Cocos2dx engine so that it now knows to change our design resolution from landscape to portrait and keep everything centralized. So that's everything we need to know. So all that's left to say is goodbye and thank you for watching once again, and you will see and hear me in the next tutorial. So see you then. Bye for now.